What's going on? Have we done it? Are we? Could we be? Not quite yet. Hey, there we are. Tooting the night away. Why is my hair down? My hair has come out of its bun. This is weird. I do not usually have a pony. Anyways. It's really neither here nor there. Hello, everyone. Welcome to French Horn Practice. This is now Thursday already. My goodness. When did that happen? Hope y'all are doing well. I have been warming up and playing some of this, tooting a little bit of bagatelle. Not really for any sort of reason other than this one particular section. It's the G scale on the first couple of minute or two of the piece. It's the descending G with a flat 7. What is the Lydian or Mixolydian? It's major just with a flat 7. The dominant 7 of the key. Of course, I was doing it right before hitting start streaming, and those were the scale down, especially down below, is very difficult. Those last 3 notes, I guess 4. That's tough. Cool. Anyways, we're not gonna have any sort of timer for today. Just making sure that we don't blow my face off before we have ensembles this afternoon. So to that end, I'm kind of just warming up. We're gonna go through the flexibility and stuff, but right now, as I kind of want to play some bagatelle, I might allow myself to play a little bagatelle, mostly because it's low stuff. You know, if I was doing the high parts of bagatelle or anything like that, I might not want to until I was more warmed up and more flexible with my technique. But since these are mostly low stuff, low things. Because also you got to think about this is crescendoing, as well as molto ritardando, as well as super fucking low, as well as everything else. So you got to play it sort of stylistically, dynamically, as well as just the notes, which is hard enough on its own. This piece is nuts, dude. Fucking love bagatelle. So if I can do like a maybe the C doesn't need to be fully like embedded. But definitely the B and the A need to be like, you know? That's pretty fun. That's pretty fun and pretty good and pretty well. I like doing bagatelle. And I'm very excited next week on Wednesday. The new piece that I ordered has finally shipped. Finally. I only ordered it last Friday. But that's okay. It's going to get here scheduled on Wednesday. It's Blues and Variations for Monk. Dedicated for Thelonious Monk, who was a friend of David Amram, the composer. And yeah, it's a great piece. Very bluesy, a little jazzy, a little sexy with it. And we're going to start learning that next week. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But for now, I mean, you know, in terms of very, very difficult piece that doesn't really like practicing Strauss is in such a register as to be fatiguing, right? Playing really high for any extended period of time, and Strauss is a high piece. You know, it's difficult, it's fatiguing. But if I work on bagatelle, if I'm just doing G scales and I never play higher than a G in the middle of the staff, you know, I can work on that all day, every day. And that's never gonna like I don't think I'm gonna be like tired in the mouth, if that makes sense, by playing low as I would if I was playing Strauss or Mozart or I mean Mahler, but Mahler's a little bitch. Speaking of Strauss, you know what's also fun is Till Eulenspiegel. It's even better when you play it right. Yeah. It's not great today. So you know what we do then? Since it doesn't sound super great, maybe we just continue with our warm-ups and not just assume that we're done with our exercises for the day. What a novel concept. I could use a little fuel myself, and we could all use a little... You know what I'm talking about? Don't want to get into a copyright battle with the estate of the late singer of Smash Mouth, who is I forget the gentleman's name. Also, wasn't he kind of not a gentleman? I don't know. Not for me to say. Let's do flexibilities. It's already been 9-10 minutes of fooling around. Thank God 9-10 is not a meme. That would suck. Doesn't work below that. I was trying to do a trigger for that one since it would. But yeah, now that I think about it, that doesn't work because the harmonic series does not allow. But that's okay. Alright, let me move on to the next one, which goes about slower. Excellent, eh? That was weird. I thought I heard... It sounded like the notes I was playing on horn, but I'm pretty sure it was a car horn. A little disorienting, because it was like way out there, and I was like, is this my echo? Is this a reverb, like a ghost sound in the microphone coming through my headphones somehow? No, it was probably a car horn. I haven't had caffeine, you guys, in 3 days, 2 days, 2 or 3 days. This is either day 2 or day 3 without caffeine. And I had been tapering as you know, over the past few weeks and months. And it feels good. I don't feel I didn't get withdrawal headaches as I often do when stopping caffeine, because I've been down. I had been up to like 2 cups of coffee in the morning, right? And then I got down to 1. Then I got down to just a cup of tea in the morning. And so now I'm off of my 1 cup of tea. Not like for any reason. I would like to have a cup of tea. I'm probably going to have a cup of tea after we're done with this and before ensembles, because I just really want a cup of tea. But yeah, I probably won't actually, because I don't know. I don't know about caffeine, guys. For me personally, I might be in the becoming sober from caffeine arc. I don't know. still too soon to tell, and plenty of other variables as well. So, who knows? Excuse me. Okay, not too bad. All right, and then the next one brings us up all the way to a high C, which I have done. I have played high Cs today. This will not be the first time, but generally this is the point of the warm-up session where I feel adequately warm. You know, like I can at this point branch off and play other things without causing injury or like, you know, stress from not having been warmed up enough, if that makes sense. I feel pretty good. Alrighty. Let's see. Lip and Triller comes next, if I had to say. And boy howdy, I have to say. I don't like to say, but I have to say. I don't make the rules. Get out of there! So much water. Alright, let's see. Maybe at something like... Let's try 88. I think we've been at 84, 86, somewhere in there. We'll try 88. Because some of the lip trills, some of them have wanted to work recently. More than others. The lower partials more than others, but, you know. It's like that close. It's very close. That was weird. That was like good, clean pentuplets. And then I lost them. Like immediately. Just could not find them again. That's okay. It's important to note this is a slightly faster BPM than we have been working. So yeah, I don't know if that means anything, but anyways. Alright, almost done with our 5 minutes of lip and trillers. And then I have some ideas. I have some ideas for after lip trills. so bad. It's like begging through text to pop into a lip trill. It's only ever just not. That's okay. It's like, so it's I mentioned this before, it's like popping up and down to the upper note or the bottom note, but it's like ding ding ding. It's like it wants to be right in between them so hard, but it's just ever so not. It's sticking just a tiny bit. That's how I feel like they're close. I feel like I've been saying that for a month, but I feel like they're close, you know? I was like, I feel like I just spit there. That was almost there. Oh, it's so close. Alright, whatever. Whatever, we've done our lip trill tax for the day. Let us pay the Kolprosh tax. Huh. I don't remember Kolprosh number 8, but it looks interesting. Let us try. That's it. That's a fun one. Definitely difficult to do in tempo, at the 2-tempo, and with the fucking transpositions. It tells you to do in D, D flat, C, and B, and B flat. So no E flat. It wants B alto and B flat basso? That's weird. That is some weird transpositions. That is a pretty good one, and definitely a good one to be working on. The pattern is important because the pattern, the do 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 do, in such a way appears a lot in cling etudes. Whew. Let's see. And then it repeats, you know, etc., etc. But that one's not bad, actually. That one feels kind of good, dare I say. Cool. So there's our Coprash day. Good one. Let us now, since I've talked some mad shit about Strauss, from which you kind of can't ever come back. Like, them's fighting words. That's the kind of shit we would be up in arms. There would be a centuries-old feud between myself and Strauss for the kind of shit I said. Mahler too, but to be fair, that's because Mahler's still a little bitch. Anyways, so we're gonna run through Strauss 1. And probably, I don't know that we're going to do too much more than that on stream because I do need to get ready for ensembles. There's some stuff I got to do in the meantime, but we are going to at least go through Strauss number 1. And so my thought on this, how typically we've been approaching Strauss 1, is playing it all the way through, cold first, and then going back and fixing. What if today, instead, we focused a little bit, we ran through some of the problem areas and then did a run through? I think that might be a better, more productive use of everyone's time and talent, you know? An appropriate use of my time and talent, you know? So, to that end, let's just run through some of the stuff that usually gives me some trouble. Okay. Those are not bad. Couple more things. Okay, yeah, whatever. Yeah, okay. So that feels pretty not too bad. Let's run through it. Make sure we get all the water out. Bum bum ba blam ba ba da ba da ba dum bum ba da 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 we da boo da da ba da ba ba da bam bum 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 bum. Okay, I think we're about ready. Let's get some. Hell yeah. Breaths in there, excuse me, we're all kinds of fucked up. I forgot the fingerings at some points. Whatever, but you know, we didn't derail, which is something. Whee! That was rough. That was pretty rough. You can tell it's been a little bit since I've sort of thought about this piece seriously. Man, that was unfortunate. Woo-wee. All right. Well, there is Strauss. It sure is. Let's see, what's the time? 11:46. Yo, Professor, what's going on? Woot to you, my friend. How are ya? Hope you're having a good day. We are unfortunately coming to the end of stream time today because got to save some chops for ensembles in a little bit, and I got to go get lunch and honestly probably shower. I am stinky. I am a sweaty, sweaty horn player. Whew. But do I want to work on anything here before we close? Just woke up from a morning nap, gonna shower and start my day. I love to hear that. Honestly, I was just thinking about this the other day. I used to take naps, or I could take a nap fucking every day. I would just if I had the day off, between 1 and 3 to 4 in the afternoon was just nap time. You know? I don't know the last time I took a nap. I honestly don't. Probably because I'm normally most days I'm here streaming and practicing horn, so that kind of probably has had something to do with it. It's very interesting. But I love that for you. Alright, whatever. Went to sleep at 1:45. I had to get up to get the kids off to school. Went back to sleep to be able to function. I hear that. That I do not can't say I can relate because I cannot. But whew, my goodness indeed. I think that's about enough of Strauss for the day. What are we at? French horn is no. French horn is not concert pitch. French horn is written typically in F, so it's a fourth below, fourth above. I forget exactly which. But this is a double horn, so no valves or anything. It's horn in F. It's got this thumb trigger to switch to a B flat side. So this being a double horn has both an F and a B flat tuned slide. Really just changes the harmonic series and makes it some of the fingerings a little bit different. You use the different sides for, like, B flat is very good for articulations and clarity of notes, precision of notes, because it sits higher on the harmonic series than the F part. So you typically use the B flat side for things like the horn trio in Beethoven's Third Symphony, Third Movement. There's a scherzo. It has a horn trio that I do exclusively on the B flat side because it's just easy for ease of articulation and stuff. So. Whereas that could be all done on just the F side on 1, which would be annoying and stupid to do. So B flat side helps it changes the fingerings, it shortens the length of the tube, right? So it sits higher up on the harmonic series and it allows some cleaner articulation. So typically you'll see in the American school of horn, in particular, I don't know how it is in other parts of the world, but when I was taught, it was anything above the middle G on the staff. So G would be open on the F side. So that's a G, open. It can also be 1 and 3. It can also be trigger 1, trigger 1 and 3, and trigger 2, 1 and 2. No, maybe not, because that's an F sharp. But what was the point of that? Oh, so anything above that, typically you don't play on the F side unless you have a good reason for it. The reason for that being that on the F side, once you get above there, most things can be played just natural or on any fingering that there is because the partials are so close to each other. That's almost like there's some, the 7th is sharp, the 4 is sharp, but you can do them all just open. So what you do there is you introduce the trigger and then you can do. It just allows the partials to be a little bit further apart so that you can really make sure that you're on the one that you want. It's weird. It's weird, and it's unique to the horn because the horn plays so much of its range is very high on the harmonic series where the partials are like a major second, sometimes a minor second apart from each other. It's really interesting. So you can change what pitch it plays in. The key, you can change the key. So like, for example, the regular harmonic series, right? On F side, nothing, completely open, would start C. So from the pedal C, C, G, C, E, G, B flat, C. So it starts on. That same harmonic series on an F is a 4th higher. So it starts on the F above the lowest C. So the B flat side just is a horn that's a 4th higher. It's all based on harmonic series, really, and the distance between the partials. B flat side just makes it a little easier, especially as you get higher. And then there's some pitches as you descend as well that are just easier to sound on the B flat side because they're particularly nasty on the F horn. For example, as you descend from the G below the staff, right? It's a little difficult to tell because I've worked on that register so hard. But doing those on the F side is very, very unstable and insecure. And so what I will do, and what a lot of players will do, is instead switch to the B flat side around F or E, somewhere in there. So that same passage would go like. And it's more secure. It helps those notes to pop a little bit. I'm trying to think of something that plays down there that like bagatelle, kind of like so that lowest note is an E. I always play that trigger too because it just works better on the, as opposed to usually would go, it's 1 and 2, but I would temper it down by playing 3, so it's 3 dot, I don't know. It's just it's a second horn on the horn for which you have to know the fingerings for, and then you have to, you know, be able to pull them out of your hat whenever the music suits, right? Trying to think, like Mozart actually has some pretty good ones for those, because Mozart wrote for horn in E flat, right? Which is to say, if you wrote the pitches on the staff or on the page as they were for horn in E flat, if you played a horn in F, you have to think down a whole step, which is something that horn players have to do, is to be able to transpose, you know, at the drop of the hat. So for his concertos in E flat, he has some really fun, especially in the third movement. Yeah. Some horn in E flat, which is horn in F, horn in E by lowering it half a step, horn in E flat. So really, horn in E flat is just, this is your E flat crook. This is the E flat harmonic series. You know, that's E flat, which is concert E flat, which is B flat for horn. So the Mozart third movement to the second concerto has a passage that goes like this. So I haven't played it in quite some time, but it's all just a major arpeggio on the horn in E flat, meaning that it's all just the first valve if you do it on the F horn. But you notice how I'm hitting the ones that are just off. I'm hitting the partials that are not exactly the notes that they're supposed to be, and that's because I'm hitting on the E flat, I'm hitting C, I'm hitting E, I'm hitting B flat, A, you know, every note that's there, which is why I use the B flat side. It would sound like this. It's easier to help those partials slot in and be very precise and accurate, whereas on the F horn, it's just more difficult. I hope I've explained that well. Sounds like having to know tenor clef for bassoon. I didn't know bassoon played in tenor clef. I never learned to read tenor clef. We sight read a piece that went from bass to tenor in the bassoon part, but we didn't end up playing it. Yikes. Yeah, we as a horn, for horn, we have to know bass, clef, and treble. In fact, the piece that I'm one that I'm looking at right here, in fact, that I have available for an example. This is called Bagatelle by Herman Neuling. And so it's immediately ba 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 da ba da bam ba bam ba 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 boom. You know, it's a really cool piece, but it's like this one is a very notorious low horn piece. And I'll see if I can play some of the. Let me maybe minimize this a bit so you can see my beautiful face. Some of the really hard low stuff, I'm not going to be able to do it to tempo or like well, but just as a to see. That fucking part is oh, it's actually cut off here. Sorry. My apologies. It's this. Come on. Here we go. This one here. Down to the G, the pedal G. And that's just so fucking hard. That's damn near impossible for a guy like me. But it's a beautiful piece. Absolutely wonderful piece. Anyways, it's now past time. It's noon, and I really need to get lunch before I go off to band class. So measure 10, it switches clefs. Oh yeah, the in between the 8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh yeah. And that's a point at which I use the B flat side of the horn, very prodigiously, because that's the E, this low one here. Sorry, nope. This one here. So the E and F are really easy to do. It's trigger 2, and then the F is open, and they just lock in. You know, but yeah, it's all throughout, just going treble and bass and treble and bass, and here it's. I was actually working on this cadenza a little bit before. It's Nope, that's not it. That one right there is a very famous. When you play Bagatelle on an audition, you gotta hit the G and you gotta hit that A. You gotta hit that A. that's about as much as I have memorized. Not like memorized, but I know those brief passages based on, I don't know, just down further. Because that's a cool fucking passage. Anyways, I was planning on catching the stream right when you started, but sleep. I'll be back tomorrow. I hear you, dude. Good to see you. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Sleep well. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. And I'm gonna get out of here as well because I got to go do things before class. So thanks so much for hanging out. I will see y'all later. Hope y'all have a great rest of your Thursday, great rest of your week if I don't see ya. But I hope I do see ya. Later.